Hello and welcome. Today I'm adding Robo Army from the Neo Geo Arcade Collection 4 to my ever-growing list where I rank every Evercade game ever. Originally released in 1991 for the Neo Geo, Robo Army is a side-scrolling beat-em-up, belt scroller, whatever you want to call it. In this case you control cybernetic warriors or robot warriors, cyborg warriors. Yeah, lots of use of the word warrior and cybernetic and robot, and yeah, you're going to hear that a lot, sorry. It's a robot-infused dystopia where you're fighting lots of robot enemies. This story involves, an enemy called Geed, or Hell Geed maybe, where the robots have taken over Neo Detroit and are trying to create a robots-only utopia because, the AI has taken over. It's seen that humans are the problem, and yeah, it's very prescient of what's going to happen in the next few years with the rise of AI. Maybe not, but it's old hat at this point. This came out a few years after Terminator and around the time of Terminator 2, so this sort of plot is kind of expected. This is a game that I hadn't played until this collection was announced. I wasn't familiar with it at all, so there's no nostalgia or anything involved here. Anyway, let's get on to the game itself, starting with the
graphics.
Robo Army is a pretty decent looking game. Large sprites, pretty good animation, a good aesthetic overall with your sort of destroyed city, your chunky metallic looking robots. It's very much like the Saturday morning cartoon version of the Terminator. The environments are pretty good looking, although not as massively varied as some beat 'em ups. And I suppose the same can be said of the enemies as well. There's not a huge variety of different enemies to lay waste to. But all in all, it's a good looking Neo Geo game for 1991.
Sound and music.
And things are pretty damn solid here too. The sound effects are, they mainly consist of metallic clanks, because you've got a lot of robot on robot action, and yeah, the sound reflects that. It's all suitably satisfying in the ways you'd expect. The music really suits the action and atmosphere, but I did find it went in one ear and out the other. Again, perfectly fine, there's nothing wrong with that. In the moment it works, but there's no tunes that I came away from the game remembering in any shape or form, or even remembering how they sound. So while I wouldn't call it memorable, nothing jumped out as me as being bad or off or out of place, so yeah, they've done a good job with the soundtrack.
Gameplay.
Robo Army is a very straightforward beat 'em up. You've got a main attack button, a special attack button and a jump. And of course you can do a jumping attack, which actually the jump attack is one of the most useless feeling jump attacks I've come across in a beat 'em up. The special attacks come in different powers. At maximum you get a screen wave blast, at mid power you get a projectile, and at low power you get a short range burst. You also get a few improvised weapons like robot limbs, wrecked cars and oil drums, the usual sort of thing. Your characters can also transform at certain points into a car, which sounds cool but really doesn't offer much to the game. There's no speeds to it, you just drive back and forth into things doing them damage. There are 2-player characters in the game, but they are literally just the 1-player and 2-player characters. They look different, and I think they play slightly differently, with the 2nd-player character maybe being a bit faster, but largely they play the same. Going back to the combat mechanics, yet they are quite basic, but for the most part they feel pretty good and satisfying. Beat 'em ups can get repetitive at the best of times, and this one is, I suppose, a fairly average one. It looks good, it sounds good, it plays well enough, but it is somewhat unremarkable. You'll have a good enough time playing it for a while, doubly so in multiplayer.
Overall opinion.
Robo Army is a good looking but unremarkable beat 'em up, which, to be fair, tends to be my opinion on most of the Neo Geo beat 'em ups.
Ranking.
To place Robo Army on my ever-growing list where I rank every Evercade game ever, I've elected to put it above Alien Breed Special Edition, but below Missile Command, the arcade version, placing it at 167 out of 457 games that I've ranked so far. I think that's everything for this video. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.